Her niece is missing. I want to show her picture. And by the way, your picture is going everywhere on Twitter. I
Good.
posted her
Well,
picture on
I'm glad to
Twitter.
hear that.
Yeah,
Glad to
because
hear that.
when I post pictures, I don't just post it on Facebook. I post it on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Newsbreak, Clapper, everywhere.
Awesome. Awesome.
Nancy Grace has reposted the flyer that I put out, as y'all can see. And if you go on there, a lot of people also reposted it. So I can't see it right here. It went up. It was 425 likes. And I can't see that number right there. I don't know. I can't see that number, but a lot of people were reposting it. A lot of people are reposting it. So that's a really good thing. When I woke up this morning and I went to go check, it was repost, 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 repost.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's
Awesome.
really, really good. Yeah. And I noticed that what is that? NamUs missing exploited and children. NamUs,
Yes. Yes.
they liked it the post because she must be a NamUs. Or they talked about her because when I posted it, they also posted a news clip thing of her, which is good.
Good. That's good. That's real good.
And they liked it, my thing. They put a heart. That was the first time that NamUs ever acknowledges anything that I did. So that is amazing right there. So it tells you that any most missing people that I'm promoting out there, volunteering to do, is getting known.
Good.
It's getting
Good.
known. Because if Nancy Grace is posting it, and
Yeah.
now we got
Nancy Grace is pretty big. It's good she's on there.
right, right, and now we have my eyelashes, and now we have missing and exploring.
Yes.
That's really huge.
She's been on there. I've got her on Canada's Missing and Exploited too. Missing
So
Children for Canada too.
that's
You
really
know they're
good.
you
Really
know
growing.
they're very close to the Canadian border up there. They're as far up in northern Maine that you can possibly get. They're up there.
You know, when you said, I've never heard of this before. Sweden, Maine. I was like, what? Never. I even
It's
told my
New
fiance about
Sweden.
it. He was like, that must be really far. I was
It
telling him
is.
about it.
It's up there. They've already gotten snow up there.
Oh, whew. Wow. Okay, let's tell everybody who you are.
I'm Stephanie's great aunt. Stephanie's daddy is my nephew.
Okay. Who is
I'm
Stephanie
close
to
to
you?
all the children. She's my great niece.
She's your great niece. And how old is she?
She just turned 14. Unfortunately, her birthday she had while she was missing. She was 13 when she went missing, but she had a birthday a week ago.
And this
She's
is
now 14.
she is so pretty. So pretty. So adorable.
The area she's missing from is nothing but forest. It's overpopulated with forest.
Can you tell us how did she go missing? What happened that day?
She got in an argument that morning with her 16-year-old sister. They'd been arguing, picking at each other for probably a couple hours. And Stephanie got up and walked out into the woods. That was nothing unusual. The kids, where their land is, they're surrounded by woods. The kids know those woods. They play in the woods.
Yeah.
They've been in that area for 4 years now. When she walked off into the woods, they didn't think nothing of it. She's going to go out there and cool off and come back. Lisa and Christopher, her parents, were not home at the time. They were gone on a job interview. When they got home, the sister and brother said Stefanie walked out into the woods. Star and Stefanie got into an argument. Well, Lisa then started riding around looking for her after walking out there and not finding her. And after hours of searching, they called the police. They do believe that Stefanie could have possibly been corresponding with someone online, and she could have walked the outline of the driveway and possibly been picked up at the end of the driveway. All she would have had to have done is walked the wood line, and then she could walk out of the woods and be at the end of the driveway. The driveway is very long. It's over a half mile, close to 3/4 of a mile down.
So she could have been talking to somebody online. Have they
Yes.
checked? Does she have a phone?
There was an incident maybe a month, 3 weeks to a month before this that Stefanie did run off. And Lisa found her a couple hours later hiding in the woods.
Aw.
That's what they thought she was going to be doing again, but she wasn't.
Does she have a does she have a phone?
Don't know if she has a phone with her. The only phone she was able to use was her grandfather's or the parents' phone. But they believe that she could have possibly gotten a hold of a phone.
Does she have a laptop?
There's like there's 2 or 3 personal computers, little laptops in the home. They were all turned over to the FBI investigators.
Was there boots on the ground out there so far looking for her?
There's been a lot of ground searches out there. The FBI conducted ground search with dogs, with cadaver dogs. The general public just had a ground search last Saturday where they did find some items, but they didn't find her. They found some items believed to have been hers.
Okay. How
They
did you
also found items that could have been from the other children as well, because they do play in that area out there in the woods. So a couple of items they found, such as colored pencils, they
Right.
don't believe were hers. You know, they believe that was siblings, the younger ones.
Other kids that play out there and stuff like that. Has there been any other missing children in that area?
Oh, there's several
Were
missing
missing?
children that there have been missing children that have been found, but there's also missing children throughout Maine that have not been found.
Has this been recent? Any kids that's been missing recent?
There was 2 girls and a boy missing as of recent. 2 girls have been found, but the 17-year-old boy is still missing.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Whew. The house is approximately a half a mile long from the house on the road,
Yes,
Princess.
I see her comment, Ailey Marie. Yes, that is so true.
There are a lot of
Unfortunately, there
missing.
are a lot of missing people in Maine. I never knew until my niece went missing how high the statistics are over there. Northern Maine in Canada has a high rate of sex trafficking, very
Yeah,
high rate.
I didn't know that until we talked because this is the first case I've got on a missing person in Maine. It's always
Yes,
Texas and Florida and other. I've never had a case in Maine. I never had a case in Maine. Wow, does forest populations.
there's a river. There's a river close to there. I don't know if I can. I don't think, but there is a river that runs not far from them. I want to say about 2 miles from their property. I don't believe the FBI investigators went back there, but I know mom, dad, brother, and a couple of neighbors they got together have been back there. They've walked that riverbank.
Was anybody questioned, or maybe people that, what about her friends? Does she have friends?
They're very secluded. The children are homeschooled. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of association outside of the family. I mean, they do some family things, don't get me wrong, maybe go for bowling or, a movie or dinner, pizza night, but they keep their children very secluded. They used to live in Texas and they moved away from there. This was like their dream to move off grid, and now 4 years later, they're going through this.
Right. How long they been out there?
Almost 4 years.
4 years. Wow. What was the what was the other siblings? How do they feel about this? I mean, they got into an argument. Now she's missing.
It's affecting all of them
It's affecting
really,
everybody, right?
really deeply. Where mama used to, let her kids run out and play. They're in a dense forest. They don't hardly have neighbors. Now the little ones, which I know they're very confused on all of it,
Because she
they're not
usually
able
comes
to go.
back.
Yeah, they're not. She's been alarmed, missing the kids. No, they've got to be in her eyesight now. She can't let them go and play without becoming hysterical.
Right.
I know it's affected the real little kids.
Wow. Can you describe her? Her height, eye color.
When she went missing, she had brown shoulder length hair. She has green eyes. She's about 5 foot tall and approximately between 100 and 130 pounds. Stefanie may have dyed her hair. One of the tips that I received was from someone closer into southern Maine. I don't know how far Buxton, Hannaford is exactly from New Sweden, but I got a tip from that area. Someone thought that they had seen Stefanie with blue hair. But I sent that over to the FBI, and I know that tip has now been investigated. There was a tip from a Walmart in their area that was also investigated. They've received tips from Canada, and I believe that's why they have expanded the search over into Canada now. If you go about 30 minutes from where Stefanie's New Sweden is, you can be to the Canadian border.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm glad you said Walmart, because I was gonna say, is there any stores over there?
Yeah, they
Shop
do have
right,
a
like, we got
Walmart.
Shop right, Walmart.
Yeah. But
Nothing.
it's not in New Sweden. New Sweden is just heavy populated forest. It's a very small, I believe probably 500-600 people. There's nothing in New Sweden per se. There's not a Walmart. It's not a big area.
Oh, it's
There's
small.
not.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about, does she, oh my God, because I want to be careful what I say. People that she might call family, like uncle, aunt, that they're not really family, that they might be a neighbor.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yes, there is. There is someone that's not family, a close family friend that
Right.
they call uncle. That lives almost directly across from where their property is. After talking with Christopher yesterday, he told me I was misinformed by someone that did a public ground search. She told me the uncle's property had not been searched. But Christopher told me that the FBI has, in fact, been on that property with dogs and drones, as well as their property. I don't understand how the ground search could have found items that I believe the FBI investigators should have picked up on, though. There was items found that, I don't know, I believe the FBI investigators should have picked up on them items. It shouldn't have been the public ground search that found them items.
No, shouldn't have. They wasn't doing a good search.
Um,
My opinion. You know how
Christopher,
I feel about it.
I can't say the exact location because I'm not supposed to. I wish I could tell the exact
You don't
location on
have to.
here.
No, you don't have
But
to.
there's a river that runs fairly close to them that Christopher and Lisa have both several times now asked the investigators to go back there and search that river. I know they haven't as of yet. Now I know the family has, and a particular neighbor that has tried to help them that has an ATV and can get back there has rode along the riverbank. But as far as I know, the investigators have not been back there. And it's not but a couple miles from Stefanie's. It should have probably definitely been searched.
Christy, that's what I'm talking about. The public ground search went on the uncle's property.
That's what they said. They said that the pigs
The
were let out
pigs, right.
of ground search. Now I will add this in there. I didn't see it until you can go to like Google search or Google Maps and really if you have certain addresses you put in that search bar you can really see the property. It does look like there's a small pond that those pigs might roam in back there. I haven't asked the FBI investigator if they were able to get back there, but someone that did the ground search said they definitely were not allowed back there.
Because he
He
let
didn't
his
want
pigs
any,
and dogs out.
yeah, he didn't want anyone back there. And instead of him realizing there's a ground search taking place, he didn't offer to put the pigs away. He let them roam. So
Right.
they couldn't see that area. The pigs
That's
ain't friendly pigs. They're mean pigs.
right. She said they mean pigs.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
mean pigs.
Yeah.
Now I don't think they're mean to the family because I've seen my 11-year-old great niece interacting with these pigs.
Yeah,
She
but
pets them. She lays down with them. They got a kids swimming pool that they even swim with the pigs. So they interact, but they didn't accept strangers on that property. Not at all.
well, Christy said that he promised to keep the dogs and animals inside, but he
He
didn't.
did.
He let them
He
let
did.
loose.
He did. He
And that's
did.
very interesting.
Now,
Because
whether or
obviously, if
not
he
the
knew that they
FBI,
were let loose, he know people gonna get scared and not want to search anymore.
right, right. Now, I was told that all of those grounds were investigated by the FBI drones, but how far they went out, I don't know. That I can't say. I can't even say for sure if they were able to search that pond, if there were trees obscuring it from overhead. I don't know if the drone was able to see that whole big pond back there.
Christy said, yeah, the dog scared the girl and left. That's what I'm saying. Because he knew that
Yeah.
once he put them animals out, people going to be scared. I would be scared too. Some dogs.
Now,
I like animals. I'm going to be scared.
Christopher and Lisa, they have dogs, but they kept all of their dogs contained in cages while they were doing that search. There wasn't not one dog let loose. Their dogs were kept in cages. I don't know why the uncle would choose to let his dogs loose
Oh, he
during
knew
that
that.
search.
But he knew why. See,
Yes, he could have.
he knew why. He knew that that's just going to scare everybody away and they would stop searching. And that would make you wonder,
It
right?
does.
It
It
makes you
does. It
wonder.
makes you wonder.
they need to go back there and do another search. The FBI, the cops, or whoever.
I'm hoping that's what they're trying to proceed with right now. From my understandings, they are supposed to go back there. And yes, Princess, you're right. He did know when the search was.
Mm.
One of the ladies who conducted the search had actually spoke with him, and he said he had no problem. I don't know if I can share screenshots, but I have a screenshot of him saying, I will help in any way that I can. And then that next morning at 8:30 a.m., right when the search began, he's letting out pigs and dogs that were not friendly.
Interesting.
That seems odd.
Yeah,
That's not helping out in any way that you can.
that's very
I
interesting.
myself, if I would have been there, I would have been out joining in the search
Right.
instead of letting my animals out.
Right.
I would have been more helpful. I would have said, hey, my property goes this far, or, how many acres my property was wide and long. But he didn't share none of that. They had to do their own search to even determine how far the uncle's property runs.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it without a search warrant again. That's for sure. They need a search warrant to go back there anyway. It was my child. That property would have been fully cleared way before now.
Yes, you would think so.
Yeah.
Now I know any
Well,
neighbor that was like within, I believe, a 5 to 7 mile radius, they did go and review cameras. People, that have their own personal cameras on their
right.
property,
I was
and
gonna ask that.
they did get to review several cameras, but unfortunately nothing was found on the cameras, and I believe they might have even viewed some traffic cams.
Are we going to touch on the stolen truck?
I heard about a truck incident just a couple days ago. I did ask Lisa about it. She says that Stefanie wasn't brung home at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, before we get
Now,
into that, because people don't know what you're talking about,
there
so
was a
let's just go
neighbor.
back a little bit. What
There was a
happened?
neighbor. There's a neighbor, an 80-year-old neighbor.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly how far from them. I want to say less than a mile. That said he caught Stefanie trying to take a truck of his 3 weeks before Stefanie went missing. And he supposedly dropped her back off at the uncle's property. That man has been questioned 3 times. And I mean, they questioned him intensively. So I believe his story has to align. Yes, there probably was. I believe Stefanie. There
Why
was
would
an incident. There was an incident before Stefanie even took off, about a month before that she tried to run off, and they found her 2 hours later hiding in the woods.
but
So
why
no,
would
I'm not saying Stefanie couldn't have went out there and tried to take a neighbor's truck and take off.
why would she want to take it? What did she say when she wanted to take the truck?
Well, I guess because she thought she was gonna run away.
That's what she said.
She told this neighbor that she was trying to get away.
Get away from who?
I guess run away from home.
Oh, okay. Cause
Run away from home.
but where was she trying to go with the truck? Do they know?
No.
Okay. Cause she
The
has
destiny.
testimony.
Each time she's ever ran away, they have found her behind in the woods, either the uncle's or their property. Once they even found her sleeping with pigs in a
Oh.
barn.
Okay, yeah, but that's okay. Let's go. Hold on. Children don't just. Some children do just run. But is there a reason why? And I'm not saying, but I have to ask this. I have to ask. Is there a reason why she just runs away from home?
I don't think Stephanie particularly likes the seclusion. She's getting to that age. She just turned 14. She's wanting to see more of what's out there. And
Too
I can't
closed in, probably.
I can't hate on them because they want to keep their children so secluded. You know, who am I to judge and say, hey, your kids should be going to high school? Your kids shouldn't be homeschooled. But I feel that Stephanie is craving that much
Mm.
more than the other children. Natty, the 11-year-old, she loves homeschool. She don't want to go. I have talked to her. Natty, tell TT, do you miss that you don't get to go to school and make friends and join sports and maybe be a cheerleader? She'll say, no, TT, I don't want to go to school. When I went to school in Texas, I was bullied all the time.
Aw,
So
I believe it too. These kids are something else in school.
they've
Yeah.
always been a family that has had farm animals, pigs, chickens, goats, stuff like that. And kids can be cruel. Come on, we know it. They're not a rich family. They're hillbillies. I'm not gonna lie. My family's a bunch of
Okay.
hillbillies.
And
We
that's
got
okay.
people in the Appalachian Mountains. We're hillbillies.
That's
Do
okay.
I live in a yurt? No. Would I ever live in a yurt? No. But some people do.
Some people do.
And it's very common in Maine
And you
and
know
New
what?
England.
It's better, it's healthier living in a damn farm because let me tell you something. You got make it do your own eggs, your own chickens. You know how much money
Oh,
we spending out here?
I
God.
don't know if I could do goat's milk. I per se, I don't myself. I don't want goat's milk, but they like it.
But
They like it.
the
Yeah,
eggs.
the eggs. Yeah, they don't buy no eggs. Shoot, I've heard, and Natty's proud of this. She's even set up a little roadside side table and sold chicken eggs before
See?
over the summer. And yeah, she's proud of
Aw,
that. She'll put
that's
the
cute. I
money
like
she
that.
makes from selling eggs back into her chickens. She's
Aw.
raised prize chickens that have run
Kids happy
trophies
when they
and
do
blue
stuff like that.
ribbons.
Yeah. No, the
So
reason I ask because I have to ask because people are gonna ask that on the internet. People are gonna wonder. People are gonna ask, and I'm a type of person that I, I have. One thing about me, I'm gonna keep it 100, right? And I'm gonna ask because if I don't ask, they're gonna ask you anyway. You know,
right, right.
and it's not
Mhm.
nothing like I'm thinking, oh, is she gonna beat it on? Is she? It wasn't nothing like that. It's just a simple
Well,
thing.
I'll add
Why
this
did she get away
because
from home? Why did she run away?
I
It could be
wasn't I
anything.
mean I
I
wasn't
don't
told
know.
that I can't share this, so I'm gonna share it. In the investigation of the PC, the laptop, one of the PCs in the home, they did find that Stephanie was corresponding with older men on Facebook. One of them was 32 years old. Another one is in his 50s. This one that is in his 50s, a lot of people can't see Stephanie's friends on Facebook. I believe it's set as private. But this man went as fuck off. I mean, that was his name on Facebook. He has like probably 15 accounts. And I know that man has been questioned several times now. Several times. He has many young teenage girls, 12-year-olds on
That's
his
not her.
Facebook.
And that's why. See, this is why I be asking parent: is there a reason why your teenagers run away from home sometimes?
His
Because
first
if
name is
it's
Stefan, like it's spelled Stephen, and he's from that area. He has family in that area.
okay,
They were able to, the FBI was able to identify him, get this, because they know the man well. He's been involved in drugs.
the predator
He's
too.
been, yeah, they know him very well. They knew exactly who he was when they seen his pictures.
Okay. So I wonder if they
I know
would.
he's been questioned by an FBI investigator named Andrew.
Okay. I'm wondering if they question the other men that she was talking to.
I believe,
I hope so.
this lead is absolutely horrible, and I hate it for her. Now this was on Pops's phone, Grandpa's phone. This wasn't on Facebook. On Grandpa's phone, after,
Okay, thank you,
after,
Katie.
after that truck incident, or one of the times they found her hiding in the woods, some weird number had called Grandpa's phone. So Dad called that number back. And he said, if you are corresponding with my daughter, she is 13 years old, and we're tracing this phone right now. Well, when the FBI tried to investigate that number, they couldn't even find nothing on that particular phone number.
Because he said we're tracing this number right now.
But Christopher, I mean, he heard the man's voice. He said hello, everything. But yet they couldn't find nothing on that particular phone number.
I would have never
And
said I'm
that,
tracing this phone right now.
after that incident is when they told me that the reason they brung in the FBI that they did is because these investigators they got working the case now are able to go into Canada. And they are investing tips over in Canada as well.
But I would think
Um,
that they could find any they would be able to
the
still find him, right?
the FBI officer that's named Andrew, he was actually called in on one of the searches with the dogs, and he's not even from Maine himself. He is from Pennsylvania. He has a Pennsylvania number, but he's currently still out there working on Stefanie's case. I just spoke with him this morning.
Okay, that's good. So it's good you keeping tabs on this and stuff like that, you know?
Did
That's
I mention the gas station?
no.
Oh, I didn't mention the gas station at the Buxton Hannaford
No.
there in Maine.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought I said something about it. Well, this morning I touched base with Andrew to find out if they had investigated a tip that one of the public had sent me, and it said that they seen Stefanie, they believe, in a gas station in Buxton Hannaford, and that she was with an older man. Her hair was dyed
Oh,
blue.
you did say that, but you didn't say with an older man.
Her hair was dyed blue. She would not make eye contact, stared at the floor. They bought one fountain drink, both used the restroom, and left. I sent that information over to Andrew, and I did get a message from him this morning saying that they have investigated that. I don't know how far it went, but they investigated that tip.
Wow. For her to look at the ground and not keep eye contact, if that's not her, then that's another girl that needs help.
Something that's kind of scary to me is Lisa believes that there may be people out there in them woods, deep in them woods, that are manufacturing meth and running it up to Canada. She said there are very shady, like, characters that you only see seldom on ATVs, and they're heading deep out into those woods, and you never see them come back out. I don't know if it's true. I know that there's a highway that runs out there that they say is used for high trafficking to bring meth from Maine, even Florida, even as far as Florida into Canada.
Yeah. What would you like to say to Stephanie? If she was to, if she's somewhere got it, because you know, kids always looking at the internet. I had a runaway who was listening at the, looking at the thing when I was interviewing her mother.
I would like to tell her if she's out there and she don't want to contact mom and dad, she can contact me, any of her cousins, even contact grandpa. Um, Contact anyone.
It's okay.
I'm trying. I convinced myself I wasn't going to do this today.
It's okay. Tears is good. It's okay.
She's in one of those abandoned cabins. Go to a neighbor. She don't have to go back home if why she's running. If someone has her, please,
Right.
please let her go.
That's right.
Stephanie's a good girl. She's a smart girl. That's one thing I'm grateful for. I feel like if she's found a cabin out there or something, Stephanie's a survivalist. She knows all about surviving. She knows how to live off the land. Them kids can live off the land. But she's also very impressionable. Do I believe a predator could snatch her? Definitely. Do I believe she would have talked and trusted someone? Yes. Sadly, even an old man. Stephanie is so close to her grandpa. That's like one of her closest family members. Do I think she'd trust a old man? For sure. For sure. Is that maybe why the neighbors that she chose to go to that truck was 80 years old? Maybe why. Maybe she had spotted that neighbor and seen him out there before, you know. But I believe she would definitely trust an older man. I don't think they've been so coddled and living in seclusion like they have been. I don't think that Stephanie's aware of the dangers that lurk.
Right. Right. I
I
was just
really,
because they've been so where they live at, you know. But out
yes.
here in this world, woo, man, damn. I really pray and hope that they find her. Um, if the person does have her, I pray and hope that he just lets her go.
Me too.
Because nothing good is gonna come out of it. You
Or
got
that she finds a
the
way to get
FBI.
away.
The FBI is involved. Okay, you know, I'm just praying
They've got
that.
FBI involved from so many states.
And you know,
That's kind of alarming to me, you know,
because a lot of
I
cases you
know
don't see it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Andrew's from Pennsylvania. They've got ones from Boston. I don't understand why they're, from so many different states involved, unless they are onto something that, they're not releasing to the general public.
Wait, did you just say
They
the FBI from every state is involved?
from Pennsylvania and Boston, most definitely. The FBI officer that I got his
You did
phone
tell me
number,
that too.
Andrew, he's from
Right,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Right, right. You did say that. That's right.
It's a Pennsylvania phone number. He told me himself that he is
That's
from
interesting.
Pennsylvania. That
That
he's
is,
working Stefanie's case, but he's from Pennsylvania and he can also travel into Canada, he said.
you did say that too, and I never thought about why though. Like that's a good thing because we don't see the
Yes.
FBI.
Oh,
We barely see the FBI
definitely,
working in
definitely.
cases. You know.
Definitely a good.
But I wonder why, like, what, like you said, do they got, are they on to something? That's, because why would FBI in Pennsylvania, damn, that's not too far from me. Like, what?
I know a lot of people from Maine
Well, which is a
might
good
not
thing.
like me, might not like me saying this,
We don't care what they
but
think. We don't care what they think. You say what you
we
got to
can't
say.
ignore the fact that there's dirty police there either.
Yes, it is. It's dirty police everywhere, girl. Don't get me started
Let's
with.
not ignore the fact that Eric Foote, a poor Marine
Yup, I'm
that
getting into this
served
case
our
later.
country, came up missing, was missing for 4 months, and was found dead along a riverbank. The officer, Chandler Cole, who was the sergeant of the Washburn Police Department, is now being indicted. He was placed under arrest, but get this.
Let me see
He
if I
was
got his
only
picture.
placed he was only placed under arrest for falsifying reports involving his case. Chandler Cole told Eric Foote's mother he took him to a hospital. That was not true. Eric Foote was never taken to a hospital. He then changed the story and said he dropped him off at a convenience store. That was not true. The convenience store cameras showed he was never dropped off at that location. They found that poor man's body 4 months later along the river. Chandler Cole is walking around on a $2,000 bond right now as we speak. Atena Shaw is a young woman who is still missing out there. Chandler Cole closed her case. It's now been reopened. That Washburn Police Department has now been completely closed down. Them officers that were involved in that Foote case have all been transferred to other departments,
I got it somewhere. I'm trying to show his
including the
picture.
state police.
I don't know where it's at. That's a shame. She said, I am
Yeah.
sure the FBI sends out an email and asks people from whatever to come to Maine. Police up there are horrible. God, man, the police everywhere. There's so many crooked police. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Not only that, those stories, if like I don't know why it's not allowing me to share screenshots. I don't know if you can on here or
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
But
That's what I
there's
was trying to do. Take a
officers
picture of him.
there's officers right now currently in prison for this guy was a officer. God, I wish I could remember his name right now, but he was a police officer there in Maine for over 20 years. He was selling fentanyl out of his squad car, and he right now is doing time in prison. He was also selling fentanyl out of a high school parking lot to high school children there in Maine. It's disgusting. It really is. That's an officer of 20 years selling fentanyl to teenage children.
That's a shame. Y'all hear this?
Yep, a tennis Shaw case. Yep, that's the other one with Chandler. She's never been found. Tell me how odd this is that this woman's been missing for 3 years. A young mother. There's a well on the Shaw property that's never been searched. Never been searched.
Huh. I wonder
A
why.
deep well has never been searched. And Chandler closed that case. It's now, been picked up by other investigators, but Chandler Cole did close that case. And she was still missing. It's been over 3 years. She's still missing.
Oh, she said the wells were searched a few months ago.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Well, that's good. That's good.
Princess says I'm going to be covering the Italian. I can't pronounce that word.
Tennis Shaw.
A tennis Shaw case next. Someone asked me to. I'm going to be covering the tennis Shaw case next.
I
Someone
wish I would have invited Dan in here.
twice.
He had as a family member that he believes he said he don't believe, he said he's 100% positive. His close friend was friends with one of the main officers, and he got her involved into prostitution and drugs. She learned too much about this certain department there, and they found her body in the woods.
And who was that?
Gosh, I can't think of her name. I wish I could. Can I go off?
Yeah, you could put it on pause. Yeah, I want to look into his case, a tennis Shaw, and there's another case that she sent me that I'm gonna be talking about, but I'm gonna go live with it. Y'all know me, I go live. Y'all head over to Princess and go follow her so she can go live with these cases. We need her to go live with the cases, y'all. Go follow Princess, y'all, cause she need I think she need a couple. She needs certain followers so she could do a live. So what I'm planning on Friday, I want to cover some cases, with her this Friday, but she won't be able to come up to do it with me if she don't have the followers. It'll be just me doing it. You know what I mean? So we need her to have these followers. That's why you got to keep posting to stay consistent. I know you can't wait to go live. I know. But you can go live on your Facebook. You can go live on YouTube. Well, you need a few followers to go live on YouTube too. But you can go live on Instagram. You can go live on Facebook. I don't think you need a certain amount to go live on Facebook, Princess. All you got to do is put your camera on and just go live on Facebook, Princess, and talk about your cases.
The lady's name is Megan Gregory. She was on many episodes of Vanished, and she just vanished in Maine. Well, they did find her body in the woods, and they ruled it, get this, a normal death. She just went out in those woods and died. They never investigated any further, and he believes that she was killed because she knew too much. Her name was Megan Gregory.
That's what they do. When you know too much, they're going to take your life. They're going to shut you up. And that's a shame.
Yep.
That's a shame.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, share her stuff. I shared her TikTok and everything on Facebook yesterday, but y'all keep sharing it. But what y'all could do now is go ahead and go follow her. We got 505 people watching right now. Good. That means 505 people know more about this case that didn't know before. So that's good. Right. So y'all go ahead and go follow Miss Jerry, and go
She's
follow Princess as well.
she's really right about the weather, and it's scary because it's already snowed in New Sweden, and yeah, soon they are going to be under feet of snow there.
Yeah, oh man, they gotta find this baby, man. That's right, because it's already, you said it's snowing out there already, right?
It already snowed. Someone I was talking to on Messenger like actually said, "Look what it's doing here right now,"
Oh
and it was
God.
snowing.
They gotta find this baby. She's only 14, y'all. I know, right, Princess? That's what I said. They gotta find her.
Must have been just a dusting, huh? It's 82 here today. We're actually gonna get decent weather for Halloween, but that's kind of scary for Illinois. It should be cold.
She's only 14. So please share, 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 share. Okay? You want to say anything else?
Not really. Can't think of anything else at this time.
Yeah,
I
share
probably
a
will
lot. You
after I
got a
get
lot
off
out.
here. I'll say that's what I wanted to say, but
You got out a lot though. I mean, you covered, from what I've talked to yesterday, I think you covered all the basics and stuff, you know? You
yeah.
covered that. You covered everything. All right, y'all. Chrissy said, I'd love to watch it cover. Oh, wow, something she was saying there. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. This was a bang missing. There was a bang missing. Stephanie, if you see this, call someone and let them know you are safe, and if you need help, we will help you. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Does she know what was in the bag? Oh, do you know what was in the bag?
A
What
black book
bag?
bag? I didn't hear of a black book bag.
A black book bag.
No.
What
I
black
didn't
book
hear of
bag?
it.
Mom said a black book bag missing, and the neighbor.
Oh, they found a black book bag, or is she saying they found a black book bag during the search?
No, she said black pack.
Oh,
Black
no,
pack
none of that's ever.
was with Stephanie.
Yeah, that wasn't found.
She said no, there was one missing.
Yeah. They did find several items in the search, though. That was done on Saturday. And I can say a couple of them items were definitely Stephanie's.
Lisa said that was the only thing missing, right? But there was in the missing book bag.
I think that bag contained had a pair of Lisa's shoes in it, but Lisa said she doesn't believe she took clothes, anything that she could have possibly been planning on going out there and trying to, live off the woods.
Right. Did she leave a note?
No.
No. That's a good question. Did she leave a note? Mm.
She left. See, yeah, I think what the shoes in the bag might have been gym shoes, regular shoes. The shoes she was wearing when she left were Harley Davidson hiking boots. She did have on hiking boots.
Right, I heard about that. Yeah, she had hiking boots on. Or
I
picks
don't
of
think
us.
she's out there in them woods anymore. I really don't. Not anywhere close to her home. They've been searched too much. The FBI, the dogs, the drones, the cadaver dogs, the ground search done by the public. Them woods have been searched.
Do
You
you know
know,
what the argument was about?
Stephanie and Star always got in little arguments.
Had you start
They
listening to
spat it like sisters, and it
Yeah.
always would just be, and then they'd be talking again in a couple hours. But
That's how it is. That's how it
hmm
is. That's how it is. But this was this when did this happen? Daytime?
yes, Christopher and Lisa left that morning for job interviews, and Star, Stephanie, Grandpa, and the little ones were all still home. Star and Stephanie were arguing, bickering back and forth with each other for a couple hours. And then they
A
got
couple
into it.
hours.
Yeah, Stephanie walked out into the woods. Mom and Dad pulled up probably 20 minutes to a half hour after Stephanie walked out. And they went looking for her and never did find her. No traces that she even walked out there. So she went missing pretty fast.
Like still maybe in the afternoon, probably like 12.
Beyond that, she said, "Do you think it was planned? I think it could be a possibility. She could have been talking to someone, and I hope it wasn't a predator. But she really could have been corresponding with someone on the internet. If she was caught out there at 1 o'clock in the morning trying to steal a truck, had she snuck out other times? You know, is it possible she had snuck out other times at 1 o'clock in the morning? Has someone slipped her a phone that they didn't know about? Did she have a plan? It was 3 weeks before, with this truck incident. Did she make a plan within those 3 weeks? Yes, they did. They called the
Did they call
police
the
like
police
four
before that?
hours into it.
That's a good question, Kate. Do we think she was missing before the parents reported it?
Well, yeah, at least a few hours because Christopher and Austin were out on ATVs looking for her. I believe she ran because she's a teenager and she thinks it's a bigger, better world out there. She's looking for something bigger than New Sweden's forest.
Yeah, I said the same thing, Kate. Should have then been the first red flag.
hmm I believe the truck is still at the elderly man's house. He's been talked to several times.
Were police called that night?
I believe so. After it was after dark that they were already called. They said they couldn't do nothing then because it was so dark. They returned the next morning. They did make a report then, though, I believe on the 23rd of September, and the 24th is when her flyers were made.
I said the same thing, mom of both. If she runs away before, has anyone looked into why she keeps running away? Right. That's what I
Yeah,
asked.
I believe she's wanting to get out there. I don't think she likes not being able to go to school and be a part of the public.
Kate says, why didn't mom put a happy birthday post on her birthday?
Her birthday was really hard day for her. I talked to her that morning and she was hysterical. Yeah,
They
I don't
don't
know
leave
though.
a minor in the woods overnight.
They, I've got a message. Let me see if I can find. Oh, it's gonna.
I got some good
But I
questions.
asked Lisa why they didn't do anything, like send search party out right then. And she said they said there was nothing they could do. They would be back in the morning.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
That's very weird.
Now, understand though where
If they
they
time is
are.
missing, time is off this essence. I don't think dark would stop a search, right?
They haven't never went out there when it's been dark hours. They do live where there's moose, bears, all kinds of stuff. I think it might be real dangerous in them woods at night.
It don't matter.
My
They wouldn't stop
opinion.
a search warrant. They wouldn't stop a search though. I didn't know they said that.
Yeah, that's what
Hey
I was
people,
told.
I'm good, thank you. How you doing, Papa? How you doing? I'm good. Why would
I
they
know
say
she
that?
has. I know she's put up flyers at this little store. A lady that's a beautician there has them out. I believe New Sweden's very small. I don't think there's many businesses there.
Kay says mom doesn't post every day, only shares. She hasn't out her own personal post. Princess says we need more to share, and if anyone saw anything or knows anything, say something. So they saying the mom doesn't even post. Really? Is there a reason for that? Y'all got some good questions. Yeah.
You could go to her mom's Facebook, and that's the only thing on her Facebook is Stefanie.
Yeah. And minimum, the neighbors would have gotten a knock even at nighttime. Yes, they would have. They would have been knocking on the neighbors' doors.
Oh,
That's a
they
different
did.
thing.
I believe they did knock on
Yeah.
some of the neighbors' doors. No, Dad didn't participate in the search. He was in the Army for some years, the Navy, and he's got a really bad knee. He walks with a limp. He drags his one leg. He couldn't have possibly went out there, but he could have sat at the search.
Oh, the dad
But
doesn't want. Wait.
they
He said,
also have 4 other children as well.
wait. So you
No.
said the dad. So what's wrong with his knee? Oh, you can't smoke on TikTok. You gotta do the other thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
go
didn't
back.
know that.
I know I want to
I
smoke
didn't know.
more. I'm dying
I
to
didn't
smoke
know
more.
that.
Yeah, they stopped it. You got to go like this. Go like this on the side.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, go on the side on YouTube. On YouTube, you could go on the side like
Right.
if you're not seeing it.
Well, that's odd.
Damn,
Smoking.
they removed you.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm.
I'm gonna cancel the remove though. Don't worry. Just go on the side like this or something so they don't see it. Like I'm about to do. Like this, like they can't see it.
Richard's 80 years old. They're
You heard
not
me?
letting. Huh?
Go on the side like this so they can't see it.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Rich. Richard's 80 years old. He's not real healthy himself. And I don't believe Lisa leaves the little ones, the youngest ones, with Richard. I can say
She said he got a bad knee, y'all.
the reason Christopher isn't coming on is because so many people are attacking their family and he just chooses
See?
to stay completely off of it. And
See?
that's the honest to God truth.
And that's the
They've had
father,
people
right?
messaging with so many hateful comments on you guys fed her to the pigs, you guys fed her to the dogs, you
Wait,
guys
who's
know what
Richard?
you did. I was called a crackhead
Wait.
yesterday.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, who's Richard? The
they've been
father?
attacking me too. The public's been attacking me as well, and I live in Illinois. I'm just trying to help my niece's story get out there.
You sure did, because you on here, you try to get the posters out. Well, who's
Char
Richard?
did participate. You know, Katie, I recognize you. I wasn't going to say this, but I recognize you, and you're one of them that's been being very hateful to my family, aren't you? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, Katie. I recognize you, honey.
Oh, Kate? You mean Kate?
Yes, I've already spoke to her, so has Lisa.
Oh. She said hateful or suspicious.
Yeah, there we go. You're both. You're very hateful. That's why they ain't speaking to you.
I thought you knew them. I thought they were your family at first.
That Kate definitely ain't. I went and looked at her picture and I recognize her picture from Facebook. She's been nothing but ugly and nasty. Honestly. I'm just saying. She hasn't had one nice word to say.
You said more concerned than hateful. And who's Christy? Is Christy your family?
No, Christy's not my family.
Okay. Okay,
They've
sis,
spent
I have
hours
spent
searching.
hours searching for her.
They're out there every day themselves searching. They don't have to include the public every time they go out and search for their child. They really don't. I mean, they're not going to say, "Hey, tell you guys exactly where they're searching," either, because like the FBI is even keeping some spots quiet as to where they're searching, and
Yeah.
I know this as a fact. I really do.
The amount of time I have been out there, I have never seen the parents.
Well, they're not searching where the FBI has already searched. I just said that.
Okay. Wait, let's stop here. What we're not going to do is disrespect her on my platform. So I'm going to stop right there. She's grieving. Her niece is missing. I don't do that. So I'm going to have people respect her on this platform right here. I don't know what y'all do on your other platforms, but we don't do it here.
This is what they do. And this is why my family is so quiet, ma'am. Honestly, this
We're
is
not.
exactly
Now, I
what my
have.
family goes
There's
through
something. Hold on,
on a
hold on.
daily basis.
Okay, just give let me speak what I gotta say on this platform. I don't believe in bashing families. Okay. I have said something about a different family because after I started doing my searching and started seeing suspicious stuff, they started acting weird and told me to stop searching. And we know that's the Jarnell White family. So that's a different site. So we all know that family didn't report him missing until 10 months later. Okay. That's when I came out. Yeah. That's when I came out and started like, showing different things. But y'all know I don't go about disrespecting family members and all that other stuff. I'm not rocking with that. You know what I'm saying? So I do want y'all to respect the family. Please don't do that. They already going through enough. They 13 years old little girl is missing. Okay. Um,
Mom did cancel that podcast because she was afraid of people being ugly to her. And that's
and
the
it
honest to
happened.
God
She was
truth,
she
too.
she's scared. She's scared. People are
She
coming
takes
after her.
she takes so much from everyone on a daily basis.
It's horrible what a missing relative does when it brings a lot of hatred and questions. I can speak for locations the lost that they will not allow that. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to allow anyone to disrespect anyone on my platform that's grieving for their lost ones. I wouldn't want y'all to do it to me. I got children and my children's lost and I'm over here grieving and crying and asking y'all to help. I don't want y'all bashing me and stuff like that. I mean, come on, that's not cool. If one of y'all families is missing, I'm going to do the same thing. I wouldn't have her on here doing that to y'all. So let's show some respect because it's not cool. Okay. We never know if her niece is watching. And she's like, look how y'all treating my aunt. Okay. So let's show some respect. The main focus is to find this little girl. Let's show some respect. Let's keep her in prayer. She's missing. We got a baby out there missing, y'all. The winter is coming. It's already out there, the winter where she's living.
Wait, what you're speaking of happened in 2016 in Texas. It has absolutely nothing to do with Stefanie's missing now. Texas released them.
And I will find out all information anyway, so it doesn't matter what they're putting out there because everything will be public knowledge. You can go on people's search and find out every goddamn thing. So it
Right.
doesn't matter what people are saying. I don't want to have to block you, Kate. I'm trying to be nice.
I had to.
I don't want to have to do that. I'm trying to give her the I want her to be woman enough to try to hooswa and just chill for a minute, Kate. I know you out there searching too, girl, like you said. You know what I mean? I'm not the person to block, 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 block. I don't do that. I try to give everybody an opportunity. So I just want Kate to just chill for a minute and just show that she could be the woman and just know how to chill and be like, you know what? Let me fall back for a second. Let me respect this woman's platform and let me just show that I don't have to be in my feelings at the moment, so that I could have a chance to come back on her platform, maybe. And you know what I'm saying? Like, show that you can be that queen that you can be, girl, and just hold your thing back. Kate, stop. Kate, shh, just a minute, okay?
I will address her. Star was there. She's 16. And the reason you did not see Natty there is because she is 11 years old and was not going to participate in her sister's search. If they would have found Stefanie out there, God forbid, dead, ma'am, do you think her 11-year-old
Yeah.
sister should have been present to see that? Come on, answer your own question, Kate. Star was there. She did participate. She's 16. Natty's 11.
I'm smoking. That's why I'm hiding my face. That's why I'm doing like this, because I'm smoking a cigarette. I just want to find her as bad as anyone else. I understand you want to find her, but let her do her interview. This was an interview for her. Let her do her interview. Let her grieve. Any questions you have, do it on Facebook, do it on another platform, do it whatever you got to do it. I'm asking you nicely, right? Because I don't want to have to block you. So I'm asking, so this is the third time, right? They say 3 strikes you out, right? I'm asking you nicely to stop. Please, I'm asking you nicely to stop. Brooklyn hasn't come out yet, and I don't want that part to come out. So I'm asking you nicely to stop, okay? Because now you're being disrespectful to me on my platform. You already been disrespectful, so I'm asking you to stop. Now, you see this beautiful little young girl right there? This is what the focus needs to be on. It's Stefanie, 14 years old, who is missing. She is missing. Now, we don't know if she ran off. Maybe that was, she did run off, and that might have been her thoughts in the beginning, but it might have could not been the thoughts in the ending. And I always say that when kids run off. Maybe in the beginning it was like that, but maybe in the ending it wasn't. And it happens like that a lot. In the beginning, kids run off, but then in the end, God forbid, maybe that wasn't her plan. And it
That's
wasn't
what
her choice no more.
that's one of my biggest fears, that she could have
Right. It wasn't her
gotten in the
choice.
wrong hands. Gotten in
Right.
the wrong hands.
Right. So that's why we on here And we just want to spread awareness for her. We just want to spread awareness for her.
She might have played Roblox before. I know her older brother does play on video games.
Thank you, Katie Marie. That's one of my mods from. I gotta make you a mod on here too. How do you do that, Katie Marie? She's awesome. Let's keep the comments about Stefanie and bring her home and spread awareness. Right. I gotta make you a mod on here, Katie. Also, I know you my mod on TikTok, but I also gotta make you my mod on Facebook and on here. Remind me, please, girl. But thank you, babe. Yes. Thank you so much. And I believe she did calm her down a little bit. Where she at? Thank you, Kate. She did calm down because she not, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't see her flipping in here no more. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank
There
you.
are some trails out there. There not some. There are, gosh, so many walking trails out there. I know a lot of people have been helping looking on them trails, out by themselves. Maybe
Oh,
neighbors or
well,
people in
that's
the
good.
public. There are some people that have been reaching out to Lisa and letting her know, hey, we
Yeah.
searched such and such
Yeah.
trail today. We walked so many miles out. They've been getting that help. They have been getting that.
How was me asking questions? Because it was the way you know what you was doing, Kate. I'm not gonna go there with you. I'm not gonna go there with you. You know what you was doing, okay? Okay. Now I already gave you your praise and said you're doing good, okay? Okay. Have a blessed day. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. There's something I wanted to ask you. Oh God. This girl. Kate Marie, Mama, do you have anything you want to ask her, Mama? Oh, I know I wanted to ask you. You have other grandchildren, right?
Yeah. Stephanie's my niece.
But you
She's
have.
my great she's my great niece. I have 10 grandchildren here in
Ooh.
Illinois.
How is this affecting them?
They don't, honestly, I don't share a lot with my younger grandchildren. My 16-year-old granddaughter, it's been really hard. They live across the street from a public park, and my little grandson goes over there and fishes often. We live in a very small town. Um, his she has been on his tail. She don't want to let him out of her sight, so much so that she's driving her brother crazy.
Oh, so you did?
So
Did you tell them about what happened?
they do know what happened, yeah.
So that's why they
But
kind of like real
now
cautious.
the little ones, mine that are 6 and 5 and 4, no, they don't have a clue.
No,
We
no,
don't
no,
care.
no. Yeah. Okay. Well, you got a big family.
I have
Wow.
3 kids and 10 grandkids. My
Ooh.
oldest daughter was quite busy.
If you want to answer Kate, she's being politeful now. She's being asking questions. She says, is there any family up there that she could have maybe? That's a good question, Kate. That she could have ran to. That she could have ran
I
to.
was hoping that maybe she could have contacted family that was in the Appalachians because we do have family in West Virginia. But as of now, nobody's heard from her there either, and nobody here in Illinois.
Despite how big the family is, right? Yeah.
There's a lot of them in West Virginia too.
Yeah.
Lisa herself has 7 children. Stefanie has 6 siblings.
Oh,
They're not a small family either. There are 7 children.
okay.
One of them is grown. She's 25 and she still lives in Texas.
Has
She
she?
has a daughter herself. She has not heard a word from Stefanie. But then they have Austin, Star, Natty, Mo, and Bo still at home. And then there's Stefanie. We don't know if Steph had a phone or not.
That's what I asked
They,
too.
yeah, they think she may have gotten her hands on a phone.
A laptop, phone, iPad. You know, these kids,
Yeah,
they always
something.
have something. Always trying to get their hands on something. They always have something, you know. Um, I was doing something before when I was doing my YouTube and I was talking about kid tractors. I think that's why it's important to get little kid tractors on you could put it on their clothes and their book bag and their sneakers, you
My
know.
grandkids have this Life 360 on their phones, and it follows them everywhere they go.
Yeah, I asked that too, mom of both. What was the intent of her running away the last time?
I the last time
Was
they
she trying to meet
believe
somebody?
that she, yes, was trying to meet up with a 31-year-old man.
Woo, child.
And that's the one that, when, they found her out in the woods a couple hours later, her dad, Chris, did call that number. And he said, "Do you realize my daughter's 13 years old?" He made a mistake. He should have never said it. But he said, "We're tracking your phone right
Yeah, I
now."
said, damn.
And when he did, yeah,
Have we checked in with him? They said, yeah,
the
I checked in with him.
FBI, yeah,
Yeah.
the FBI investigators did.
This is why we need to find her. Yeah. What about those other numbers though? There was other men though. They
That
need
there's one gentleman that
to
that
for
one on
them.
her Facebook that fucked off.
Right.
Even they've talked to him 4 times already.
And what about more? Is there more men?
There
That
was one other one, but they said it did not pan out. That the location he was, that man was homeless. They spoke to several family members, and he also had like a mental impairment. They said they did not believe he had anything to do
All
with
right,
it.
so wait, she uses her father's phone, and who
She
else?
uses grandpa's
Her
phone.
grandfather's
Grandpa.
phone. So what they need to do is take that phone and look through
They
it
got,
carefully.
oh, they have grandpa's phone. Grandpa's phone's never even been returned. The investigators
Yes.
still have grandpa's phone.
Okay. She probably uses the sister's phone too.
Oh, I bet. I
They need to
bet.
take. First of all, they
They
need to
took
take all phones.
they took every phone in the
Oh,
household.
okay.
Every phone in the
Yeah.
household was searched.
Yeah, but go no, but not only like go through it because I'm sure she was
Yeah.
using those phones to call them other people
Yeah, they did. All
or
devices, like
devices.
all PCs. I think Natty even had something. I forget what the kids call them. They're not a PC. They're not a
iPhone.
laptop.
I mean, not an iPhone, like an iPad or something.
iPad. They went through that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Just the older one. Just the older ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tablets, iPad. Yeah, all that stuff. Yep.
They even went through Natty's. They took Natty's tablet as well. The 11-year-olds, because they said that she could have corresponded with someone even on hers. So they
Yeah.
did. Lisa turned over all the devices, every single one.
Stephanie seems like a smart girl. Have they checked for burners?
Like fires in the area, yeah.
Okay. Hey, dreamy eyes. I worked on one of her cases too. No burner devices. My mom and dad both still have their phones. Oh, do mom and dad both still have their phones?
Mom's got her phone back, and I believe Dad just got his back too. Yeah, Austin's got his back too. The only phone they still kept was Grandpa's phone, and that's because I believe they found a lot of tips on Grandpa's phone, different people she was corresponding with on the internet.
A burner phone is something you can check and they have a hard time tracking them. Yeah, the
Yeah,
burner
the
phones.
little dollar store phones and stuff. Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Sandra. These kids are smart these days because I want a lot of stuff I don't be knowing. I be like, damn, my daughter be knowing stuff like this, you know? I be
Right,
like, why you
right.
know stuff like that? It would be hard to track them to find, try, and that's why they be getting the phones. A
Hmm.
lot of predators too
That's what I hope. I hope she didn't get
be
a hold.
getting them.
She could have got a hold of a phone, like even at the Dollar Tree, or when they go off, or maybe the last time she tried to go missing, and she was out there in the woods 2 hours later. Did she come across someone that supplied her with the phone? It's possible.
Hmm. I don't think somebody. I don't know if somebody just gonna walk up to her with a phone in the woods.
No, I mean someone that she may be corresponding with on the internet. If
If
she
it took her
snuck out
some
at
way
one
to get
o'clock
money,
in the
yeah.
morning to try to steal a truck, what's to say she hasn't snuck out many times?
Before
You
they probably
know,
didn't know that, yeah. But this case, oof. I just hope this baby is found.
they've pulled a lot of any neighbor that lives within 5 to 7 miles. They've searched any security cameras, neighbors have had, and some traffic cams.
So what about brother's friends from Job Corps?
Um, Austin lived at Job Corps when he was in Job Corps. He didn't stay at home during Job Corps. He's since graduated Job Corps and has a job. He's no longer in Job Corps. But yeah, he lived there at Job Corps.
Okay. Well, it looked like the FBI is on this case, and we're gonna keep. If y'all out there, you know, could she take a phone from one of the siblings' friends? Yeah, that's what I asked. Does she have any friends or anything?
They would have known if she got one of the siblings' friends' phones. And most teenage kids ain't gonna give their phone. They want their own phone.
Yeah, that's
I just
true. And she said she don't even have any friends though.
Yeah, she don't really.
You
They
know,
don't have they don't associate outside of the family much at all.
that's what I asked. If she had any friends, because they was homeschooled. So that was my next question. What about kids at school? But she's homeschooled, which is good. Homeschool is good. 'Cause these days, ugh, I wouldn't trust my. I wish my daughter wasn't in the regular school. I wish she was homeschooled. But all right. Anything else, y'all? The FBI definitely is in this case, which is a good thing because a lot of times I don't see FBI involved in cases. It's very hard to get the
Mhm.
FBI involved in a case. I could say a lot of cases that was woo, and the FBI was not involved in the case. So this is really good that the FBI is involved in the case, and we just hope that this little baby, I say little baby because she's only 14, but we hope that this young girl is found safe. Um, Yeah. And we're going to keep sharing this. I'm going to download this so it could be on YouTube as well, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, okay? And then I'll download a short so you guys can see it later on onto the TikTok Reels. All right? So if you didn't get to catch the live, you still will see it. All right? You have anything else you want to say before we go?
No, not. I
Okay.
think we covered it all.
We did. We did. Take another look. This is the young, beautiful 14 years old Stephanie who is missing. So please share. And let me see. 541 is on here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I appreciate it. And I hope everyone have a blessed and safe day. Hold your loved ones close to you. Okay? All right. Thank you. Peace. Bye-bye. Okay, let me see.